Yes, we are live. Hi guys, welcome to another live session. And here in this session, we have Rishi Prakash from Microsoft. And today we will deal everything that is there in your confusion regarding computer science specializations, and a lot many things that you guys are confused. Before we get into that, first of all, confirm me whether the audio and everything is clear or not in the chat. And Rishi, you can also hear me, right?
Yes, Jyoti.
Yes, yes. So over to you, Rishi. You can start with your introduction, and then we can go to the computer science and specializations.
Okay, very nice. Thanks, Swaroop. Really glad to be part of the session. And hi all, my name is Rishi Prakash, and I am working with Microsoft Dublin, Europe campus. Is part of Europe campus. I'm working as an SD2. I have around 10 years of experience. I am working with Microsoft Identity. So Microsoft as a whole, it is made up of a number of organizations. Microsoft Identity is one of them. And within Microsoft Identity, I am working with something called decentralized identity team. What we are doing, we are creating a new way of doing authentication and authorization, which is passwordless. So it's super secure, it's cutting edge, and this is something which we are building. Um, this is in short about me. And Jyoti, I'll take it from here to the computer science and computer science specialization. So computer science as a career can be thought of a number of branches which comes out of it. Okay. For example, one which is super popular at this point of time is artificial intelligence. And then artificial intelligence can be again sub-branched into multiple ones, say data science, like data scientist, data analyst, machine learning engineer, neural network engineer, deep learning, a number of things. And we have put a tag to them, we have given name to them. And another branch would be around security. So cyber security, or your DevOps, or site reliability engineering, or backend developer, front-end developer, mobile engineer, a number of things. Now, one thing we need to understand is sometimes what happens that a number of times when we look at these things, they look like very lucrative to us because A, they are challenging, and B, whoever is working in those niche areas, they are getting paid very well. For example, AI at this point of time, or security engineer, let's say cyber security. But we also need to be aware of what amount of jobs are available in the market. So, for example, for cybersecurity, it's niche, it looks lucrative because then you're doing some hacky stuff. But if you go and like, let's say you want to become a cybersecurity expert, and then you go on LinkedIn, and then you search number of jobs which are available in the market for this particular sub branch, you will find that the number of available jobs are way lesser than if you go and become a backend developer, or if you go and become a front-end developer or full stack developer. So just be very aware of that these are good areas to work in, but be a little pragmatic with your approach to get into computer science. Start with something which is very fundamental, and that is a web development, or understand how the overall development looks like, overall software engineering looks like. And then when you are in a company, as the market shifts, the company will train you to become something which they need. For example, I got hired as a software engineer within Microsoft. A number of friends, colleagues, they also got hired as software engineer. I am put as a backend developer at this point of time. Another friend of mine within the same team, they are working as full stack developer. Another friend, they are working as DevOps. So we all come from engineering, but then we get trained, or we move to these areas, and this helps us grow as an overall engineer within the, and then it gives you confidence also. So you target that, but don't get trapped into working in the niche part of computer science. Yes.
Yes, Rishi. So I also wanted to add some points. So we will also go to in-depth beginner roadmap for 12th class also. So we will also go into what actually data science branches, what actually artificial intelligence is. Because if we see after 12, there is a decision for them. What you have mentioned, like it is there after 12th only. There are only specific kind of things: data science, artificial intelligence, cyber security, blockchain, cloud computing, and these all. We will see what roles, what actually does that particular person do when he is into that role, so that students of this 12th class would understand, okay, this is what I will do if I will be into data science, right?
Right.
So we'll also get into that. First of all, like, what do you actually suggest for the person who have completed his 12, whether to
Mhm.
take a computer science or with a specialization? Because he don't know anything until now. He don't know data science. He don't know cyber security. Now, would you prefer a computer science or directly a specialization?
Okay, I'll say if there is a blend available, like computer science with a specialization, let's say in AI, that's better than plain computer science, just computer science. Or but don't go directly, like, you won't be able to sustain within, oh, just ML engineer, because then you're missing the fundamentals. So I'll say go with something which is a blend of both of these, but the blend and the niche of the blend should be something which is practical, pragmatic. It like, you can take cybersecurity, but then just be aware that the number of available jobs are lesser in comparison to other areas.
Correct. So if we see also, when I talked with several people, like even it could be Anshuman Singh, co-founder, like founder of Scalar, and what he mentions is start with basics. How you are telling, understand what is the what are the fundamentals. Because if you directly go into the specialization, like, it is good only, it is not bad, but if you are not interested in it, when you get inside the specialization and you find out that, okay, this specialization, this mathematics, there is a lot of mathematics here, or there are several things that are there, and then you realize that, okay, I don't like data science, why I'm into this specialization. So that should not happen with those beginners, those who are there after 12. So that is the only thing. And if we can also share the curriculum of Scalar School of Technology, which have the basics, the fundamentals, then we, our students here, learn about the specialization. They will have a choice, because first they study about the basics. They will understand how, what are programming, how development works. Then they build projects. At that point of time, okay, they have got some of kind of experience with that. So now it's the time they can do some internship in that field. If they have a good kind of projects, they can do internship. They can get hands-on experience, how actually things are working. When they do an internship, you can also share, add on your points here. So how the discussion was, Naman Balla was also saying, when they actually do an internship, they will work with a production level team.
Yes.
There will be a mentorship. They will understand, okay, how the team, different teams are working. So what data science team is doing, what development team is doing, what security team is doing, what design team is doing, front end team is doing. So when you do an internship, then is the point, okay, they will understand the different situations of actual scenario. And after that point of time, after your internship, that is third year, ending of third year, there comes the choice of specialization. Like I'm saying in terms of the curriculum of Scalar School of Technology. So until now, they got an overview of entire um, basics is clear, hands-on experience is clear, internship is not done. Now is the
Absolutely.
time for specialization. Now they can decide, okay, whether I want to go into artificial intelligence, data science, or uh, there is also new branch called related to trading, something. Um,
HFT, yeah, high frequency trading.
Correct. So where there is a lot of mathematics requirement also.
Yeah, we'll discuss about it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
sure.
this sounds like a fantastic idea to me. I mean, I think you sorted out really well that you're deferring the decision to get into a specialization till the very last moment. And by the time you have gone through all areas and you are much aware of what goes as software engineering, and then you choose, it's like taking a data driven decision. So I love this idea.
Your voice is broken. Can you repeat that point again?
Oh yes, absolutely. Is it okay now?
It is okay now. You can go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying I I love this. This is a fantastic idea. I love this idea that you are deferring the decision to get into a specialization till the very last
Correct,
moment.
correct, correct,
Okay. And by
correct.
the time you have gathered the data, what do you like? And then you're taking a data driven decision, which is fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. We will also like share this curriculum that you can refer to, guys who are watching this video. And just for who are attending this session, if you will be until the very end of this video, like this session, you will get a free CS course which is promised, and also several other stuff, and also your doubts and everything will be cleared that you are confused in your brain. Yes, Rishi, now let us I wanted your thoughts. Like, let's discuss about each and every specialization,
Yep.
because in every session it is getting up to the very end. So now let us start with the main thing, that is data science. So
Yes.
what is data science, and with CS and data science? So what is actually role of the the developers there and all?
Okay. Nowadays there is like the data science term. Why it is popular? And what we do? Let me try to give a, like a very simplified answer. Okay. Data scientists, they are trained to find patterns, or they train the program, which is called like a model, to find a particular pattern. Okay. One example of this is that I was working in a company called Netomi, my last company. Okay. And we were building chatbots. Now, the chatbot, it works as a human, and it talks to you. So whatever you are saying, the model is trained, the chatbot is trained to understand what you're saying, and it gives me back as my program back a JSON output, which tells me, oh, you are saying maybe this with 80% confidence, or something else with 60% confidence. And then my program at the back of it, which is like a web development program, it takes decision based on whatever pattern you have found. So in that way, we are able to automate a lot of processes. So at the end, what you're doing, whatever you can automate, you are automating, but by finding patterns. So this is what you're doing as a data scientist. Now there are some branches, data analyst and data scientist, and but overall, this is what you're doing. Yes.
Exactly, exactly. So when I was also understanding about this data science, to explain to the viewers itself, then also I understand it. You don't directly become a data scientist. Before that,
Right.
you have to understand data. So for suppose simple example could be their Instagram app, or some YouTube, what they're watching. If they like some of the funny video, then it YouTube will start recommending funny videos. If they like a certain kind of music related in Instagram will suggest similar kind of music. If they do shopping in Flipkart, if they like something, some electronic gadgets, Flipkart will start suggesting the same. So what
Yes.
is happening is the data science, the branch which you are getting into, it all handles with the data. So as Rishi have mentioned in depth, it all deals with how you have to write logics or algorithms based on the data that is there. First, you have to analyze the data. You have to find patterns. There is a lot of stuff you will be learning, but entirely it would be based on data. And science is nothing but you're writing algorithms or code on top of that to make the task simple. Now this
Yes.
is data science. That is okay. Now let us discuss about artificial intelligence, which is the next step of data science, which I believe. So yeah, over to you, Rishi. What?
Yes. Okay. See, data science is one branch of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, or what we see nowadays, is okay. Let's also talk about, there are two terms: artificial intelligence and artificial generative intelligence. Okay, what we are seeing nowadays, like GPT-4, GPT 3.5, it's artificial intelligence. What it is trained on is to find the next prompt. It's like a transformer which looks at whatever you're giving, and it understands that, and then finds whatever is there in the in the trained model database, what the next word or token going to look like. This is what it's trained to do. In this way, the artificial intelligence is able to have a conversation, or understand and find an answer for whatever you are asking to it, or it is able to build like the pictures or videos which are there. It is yet not at a human level intelligence. It is still limited in its capacity. Okay. The next step is going to be AGI, artificial generative intelligence, which will be able to learn via from its already learned database. AI is going to only do what you have given it, what you have trained it upon. If you, for example, if you have trained a bot on Stack Overflow database, you can only have a conversation with it, which will give you back answers as programs. It is not going to suggest you recipes. Okay. But AGI, which is like a next step further, is going to train itself based on whatever data you have already given. Example, let's say you train a model for English as a language. Okay, AI is going to have a conversation with you in English language. AGI, which is the next step, will use that English as a language model to understand the culture of English peoples. That's the next step. So that's like a human level task. Now, how we are going to use these? We are going to use these to simplify. Uh, let's say search. Search is one of the prominent areas which is going to get impacted with AI. Okay. At this point of time, our search is index based. We take a token, we map it to an index which is in the database, get the result back. Now, with the help of AI, we will be able to even simplify that process, and with the help of already trained model, you will generate the content on the fly. This is how it is going to look like.
Yes. That is what happening. When you search in Google, there is already something summary kind of thing that is coming over there.
Yes.
So it is going to several websites. It's also giving some links of websites. Okay, it is a reference website. It is taken.
From which link it has already summarized. Yes.
Exactly. Yes. So this is all about AI. Now,
Yes.
there is a question that is like, what is the difference between data science, CS and data science, and CS and AI? So, what do you think?
Okay. In these are two very separate areas, two separate domains. See, data science is going to work upon the data which is very specific to your domain. Okay. CS plus AI is a little higher. It already includes CS plus data science, but it also includes conversational abilities. It also includes generative abilities. Okay. Data science is only going to be specific to that particular data which you are analyzing and then finding patterns upon.
Correct.
But let's say you are not, what specific technique you are applying in data science, it might differ, or you might even generate a new kind of model on which you're going to train your AI, and then it will generate the content for you. Data science is not going to generate content. It's going to find pattern, and then you take decision on that. What AI is going to do, it will generate content for you, which is based on already existing content.
And there is also another question. Uh, Difference between data analyst and data science. What we have already answered. Like it's like data analyst is going to analyze the data. In my terms, I'm saying you can also add your points, Rishi. So data scientist is the person who is like what we have discussed, data science and AI. AI is advanced. Now data scientist is also like an advanced of data analyst. So he's going to
It's
take.
like, yeah, it's like a parent here.
Correct. It's going to take the data from whoever is analyzed. So the data based on this, whatever patterns are there, on that patterns, the data scientist will be writing code. If I am wrong, let me correct me.
Yeah. So it's I am speaking from what I have seen in the team in which I was working. So we had data science and data analysts both. Data analysts were finding the patterns which was used for business, or like what part of business we should focus upon so that we get the maximum output. Data scientists, which were working, they were writing code in Python to analyze the incoming data and then give us a JSON output, which we were taking as a token or like an input and then doing something. For example, you are talking to Swiggy customer care. Whatever you are saying is first going through a bot. The bot will analyze, are you asking for help? Are you asking for refund? Are you looking for your order, where your order is? And then based on that, it will generate some output. But whatever output you will generate, I will take that in a program and I will write something. Okay. That writing is not yet part of data science. That writing is part of the AI. Okay. Now, either you can do that with AI like conversation abilities, or I can write that on my own. So whatever next answer is going to be, most of the time they are hard coded. Okay. In this case, whatever was not hard coded was your analysis and finding pattern. Next step, whatever was hard coded can, at this point of time, it might be done with the help of AI, generating new content. But it's not supremely good. It's not very, you're not always confident that it is going to give you a good response. So people are still doing with a hard code response.
Cool. Now we have discussed about the artificial intelligence. Starting with data science is clear. Artificial intelligence is clear. Computer science is already what we have discussed. We have already
Yes.
suggested them. So we'll also give a roadmap further. But next, after this, what is the main branch that they're having is one is cyber security. What will be the role of developers in there? Later, blockchain developers. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Cyber security, cyber is internet. Okay. Security is how you secure your product from the threats of internet. Now, what are threats of internet? It's not just like one particular hacker which is sitting in a room trying to hack your company. It's like even countries, they have cyber warfare. Okay. So, for example, at this point of time, number of countries, they are attacking each other, not just on battlegrounds, but even via their internet or like cyber. So what a particular country might be doing is that, oh, if I am attacking you, I'm not just attacking your army, I'm also going to attack the companies which are originating out of you, okay, or your allies. So for example, for us, Microsoft is being attacked from a number of hackers. They're trying to take down the services which are being used by people who have purchased Microsoft products. What does it look like as a cybersecurity expert? You are going to make a number of changes, or basically modification recommendations within the product, which stops these attacks from coming in. Now, this can either be on the gateway level, where the, okay, just taking a step back, whenever your traffic comes in, it comes via a gateway. For example, Azure Active Directory gateway or AWS gateway. You make changes there, or once the traffic is through AD gateway till your web server level, then you make changes. Uh, the changes can be made at a number of levels. Changes can be made at TCP level. The TCP level is before AD gateway, or changes can be made at HTTP level. HTTP level changes are like, for example, you're including HTTPS, secure server layer, SSL layer. Even after that, once it's through HTTP inside your web server, then you can make your system secure via API authentication authorization. Okay. When it's inside DB, are you keeping your DB data in plain text, or are you keeping your data as hashed with the help of sort, or are you keeping your data replicate? All of these things, they become part of cybersecurity expertise. And most of the time, this cybersecurity expertise is not like a specialized team. It's within the team. Somebody who is a senior software engineer, they will take upon this task, or they will help the team to make all of these changes. And this is the reason why jobs available in the market for cybersecurity is lesser, because it becomes part of software engineering.
Exactly. Cyber security, I think blockchain is also somewhat like this only, but it is
Blockchain is slightly
extremely.
blockchain is different. Yeah.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
Blockchain, yeah. Take blockchain as a database. Okay. The reason of uh, blockchain becoming popular is because two things. A, whatever you are doing, it cannot be forged. Why? Because if you're writing something to blockchain, it will only be written after it has been approved by peer groups, and that makes it super secure as a database. Okay. So it's like a block of databases,
Nodes,
like,
we call
yeah,
nodes.
block of nodes, and they all are up to really up to some extent they need to say yes, what you're saying is good, and they only do that after auditing that. So they audit the history, they all maintain the history, they audit the history, and then say yes, and only then you can write to the blockchain. This is the good side. The bad side is it's super slow because you're writing a lot of data and you need to get yeses from a lot of nodes. It's very slow. Even we were using as a product, we were using blockchain, uh, but then we found that a blockchain is super slow, b it's not sustainable. So you will see that blockchain as a technology is super good, but the applications of this technology, they are not very scalable because of these issues.
Yes. And this is all about this cybersecurity and then blockchain. So many students are asking whether cybersecurity is better or AI is better. So for all of them, what is better or what is the priority order, or like what you have to choose? It all is based on our perspective. So at the end of the day, you are the one who have to pursue that course. You are the one you have to pursue that degree and then specialize in it, work in some company. So you have to understand it. You have to understand your interest, which is very difficult when you just passed your 12th. You might not know what is computer sciences, and now you're asking about artificial intelligence, asking about exploring cyber security and all. But that's why start with some basics right now before joining college only, so that you can decide which is better. And also, if there are somebody who want to discuss among themselves, there is also a Telegram group that you can also go and join, which is also there in our link. And after this, as we have discussed, data science have better opportunities, job opportunities. Artificial intelligence, that is also okay. It is also having a lot of opportunities, because we will also discuss about that, the chat GPT or the next, so many things are there in there. And again, as Rishi mentioned, cybersecurity and blockchain, these are kind of fields that have less opportunities. Now, the next thing, there are also few other specializations, Rishi. And one is, there is this information technology. I guess uh, you might have information about, because that was there in 2010. From then only, so before computer science, it was named as information technology. So I
Mhm.
don't have much context about it, but whatever I know is it is almost similar to computer science. It doesn't have any specific specialization.
Right.
Um,
It was the difference between us and the. So I am from CS background. There are friends who are from IT background. The IT was more applied. Okay, we
okay,
were more theoretical. So, for example, we have couple of courses which were around automata and compiler. So these are compiler design. These are theoretical courses. IT was not having these courses. They were having courses which were around implementation. So instead of these, they were having like projects. So this is the difference. CS is a little more towards theory. IT is similar, but a little applied.
correct. And we have there is a question regarding, can you explain about CSD? That is also explained. And if you guys have any other doubts, you can also go and ask there. And now we can deep dive into, like, some other students are asking, what is the highest um, package sector, or it's like which role, which specialization will have most demand. So that is what it is all about. What after computer science in the age of AI? So it is all about AI. So Rishi, I want you to add points on AI. Let us explain students more about AI, how the technologies are. And also some are asking regarding IoT. So you want to add on that IoT?
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. So see, three questions. A little more about AI, a little more about who is going to get the best package in the age of AI, and third, IoT. So let's start with what AI, how we see AI around us. Okay. Who is create who is creating AI? AI is being created by companies like OpenAI, and very similar companies are being started by Elon Musk and others. You, as a single person or a single company, if you're not into AI business, you are not going to make your own AI. Okay, you are going to use them. Why? Because to train that model, A, you don't have that much amount of data, and B, you don't have that much amount of resource power. You need specialized GPUs being sold by Nvidia and similar companies, but they are very, very costly. Okay. So as a company, you're just going to leverage other companies who are already into this business, and they have already made a significant amount of process to make a use case for you. Now, in this case, what can be the use case for you? Let's say you are working as, I give you a real life example. Quota is hub of coaching industry. How coaching industry is making use of AI? They are, so as I earlier said, three things: data science, finding patterns; AI, finding patterns, but also generating content on the trained data; AGI, all of these things, but also able to train itself. This is the difference on high level. Now, we are in the age of AI. Next 2, 3, 4 years, we will be in the age of AGI. Okay. For now, in AI, coaching industry is using this AI to see where is a particular student getting stuck while solving a problem. Okay. So if you have a syllabus which is like 100%, and if you get stuck at 10, and at 10th chapter, I get stuck at 7th chapter, then the next test which we both will be getting will be different. And that is only possible via AI. AI is also able to find pattern and also generate different content for you and for me. This is the application of AI. So we are leveraging AI to make everything better. Second example of AI is going to be in cars, and also what you are seeing online as like we have website like designing, Canva or Adobe websites. All of these, they are taking already existing content and then making it better via prompting. Okay, so they have trained their model on these things, but via prompting you can leverage that. Third, you know ChatGPT. So all of these technologies is available to you, and you are going to use it. Via ChatGPT, I have seen a number of websites which came up leveraging ChatGPT abilities, and we are Indians. We prominently go towards. So I saw the website which was mentioned in a number of newspapers and even on news portals. They made Kundali out of GPT. So like Kundali GPT or Astrology GPT, and they're leveraging at the back of it. They're like a wrapper around ChatGPT. Just having conversation abilities, you trained your model based on whatever data you are having on the existing model, and then you can use capabilities of both of them. This is how you're going to use AI. This is what the AI use case looks like. And then like a number of it's going to be really it's going to be really amazing to see how people will come up new use cases of AI. This is one. Now, second is going to be what does IoT looks like and how. Okay, before that, let's cover the who is going to get the most money in the market at this point of time. No specialization. Okay, and this is the direct words, the direct summary of Sam Altman, the creator of OpenAI. He said that in this market, whoever is having the skill and the ability to learn new technology continuously is going to get the most benefit. So don't get stuck on one particular specialization or on one particular skill or topic. If you have the ability to continuously learn whatever is changing in the market, you will remain relevant, and whoever will remain relevant will be getting the best money in the market. So this is my advice to whoever is starting their career in computer science. It is not going to be a static field. It's like dynamic and ever dynamic. Third is IoT. IoT is Internet of Things, and then we are already using IoT, and especially in home control devices. Like you have like a Wi-Fi or app control bulb, or your furniture is moving. All of these things, and there are a number of applications of IoT which is already in place in supply chain management. What they do is that they are putting their devices within trucks which are carrying your stuff, and they're continuously monitoring where they're moving, and if they're taking time, they're making adjustments into supply chain so that there is no scarcity of the stuff which you're selling. So this is like Internet of Things. Another more new applications which are still in building is going to be that everything around your house, living or non-living, is going to have a chip which is going to continuously monitor each other. For example, if your plant is there, it's already there. I have been to showrooms which show these kind of stuff. If you have a plant, they put basically like a IC in the pot, which will monitor if the soil is dry or is still wet. If it's dry, that means it needs water. So then it will trigger something which will give it water. So it's like Internet of Things which are talking to each other, and it is helping you save time so that you can take that time and then put into other things which are more significant, which are more important to you. So yeah, these are the all three questions.
Cool. And there is also so many questions that are there over there. Before that, there is one thing related to cloud computing. There are very less specializations that are being offered in that, like in colleges. But yes, this is also a kind of specialization. So, what points are you gonna add on this specialization, Rishi? Cloud computing.
See, cloud computing is the very I'll say at this point of time it's not an option for you anymore. No matter if you are going to say, oh, I am a cloud specialized engineer or not, if you are part of computer science is heavily dependent on distributed systems, and distributed systems are using cloud computing. Okay, companies which are, let's say, finance-based companies, HSBC, ICICI, they are dependent on taking a step back. Why do you need cloud computing? Leaving some examples of companies like Dukan, which are having their own infrastructure, companies which are not core computer science, let's say finance based banks, okay, or companies which make chocolates, let's say Hershey's or Cadbury. Their core skill is to build their product, that is like chocolate, or sell stuff in finance based domain. Whatever they were doing earlier, they were using their own infrastructure, like whatever they were doing to manage their product via computer science, they were having their own data centers. Now, those data centers are really costly to maintain and even more costlier to scale. So as soon as they get a lot of traffic, they need to have more resources available so that they can tackle the traffic. But when the traffic goes away, then you need to also scale down. If you are having your own data centers, you are not going to build another data center because that is extremely costly. So then they move to clouds, let's say AWS or Azure or Oracle. And these clouds, they have capacity to scale up or scale down on demand. Okay. Now, this is not an option anymore because almost all of the companies are leveraging these clouds, are either one or the other, or in some of the cases, multiple ones. So cloud computing is not going to be a specialization anymore. Even if you're not doing it as a specialization, I highly recommend you that you go and do at least one of the courses on AWS or Azure or something very similar.
Exactly. And now there is also the same question that is there. Will AGI, what you have mentioned, is
Hmm?
going to affect job market? So there is a question like this, which is similar to what we are getting, like will AI replace this? So will AI affect job market kind of thing? So so many students are asking this, whether we want to take CS or not, because in future by the time they graduate, that is on 2028 almost. So what is the job market scenario? What will be it? Whether they
Okay,
have to pursue CS or not, kind of
right,
questions they are getting. Yes.
right. Okay. Um, Three things on this, let's say. One is how AGI or AI, not like going to, how it is impacting currently. Okay.
Mhm.
Should you take CS? What's the CS future looks like? Okay. And what are my observations? So I'll start with my observations. I was talking to a senior, like a super senior principal engineer in my team. And it's like, AI looks scary. And this was when OpenAI just started their GPT thingy. And he was like, this is going to help us a lot. I said, why? And he says, what is a software engineer? What is the responsibility of a software engineer? See, the the definition which I was having in my mind was like to write code. This is not the definition. Responsibility of a software engineer is to solve a business problem with the software technology available. At this point of time, the available technology was at that point of time, the available technology was without AI. So I was writing stuff which was not having AI. Then AI came into picture. So I will be leveraging that AI to solve the business problem. How that will help me? I will be able to solve the business problem faster. So if I'm solving the business problem faster, that means I am having more impact, generating more business. That means I will be getting something in return. Either I'll be getting more pay, I'll be getting promotions, or we will be expanding. If we will be expanding, we'll be hiring more people. That means AI is not going to replace people. AI is people who knows AI, people who knows how to leverage AI are going to replace who don't know it. Okay? So at this point of time, this is not an option. You have to learn how to leverage AI for your own job. Now, how do you leverage it? In my team, except junior engineers, people who are a little senior and above, we can use GitHub Copilot. Now, GitHub Copilot helps us in number of ways. It is able to auto-complete our code. It is able to check our code. It is able to even give us ideas on what to write. Okay. We are also using Copilot in our teams. That is monitoring when we are having a conversation. They are able to generate notes. They're able to generate what to ask, what has been discussed. In all of these ways, I am saving a lot of time and putting that into doing actual engineering, which is solving business problems. Okay. So don't be afraid of AI. Make it your friend. And if you know how to use it, I think you will be way ahead than way ahead than masses. So this is going to be super helpful to you.
Yes. There are two questions on chat. One is, what about computer science business systems? So I wanted to tell this. This is a course that has been launched with a collaboration with TCS, if I'm not wrong. And what it does is, it is also, it's like, the opportunities are really less. We have also explained it in a video, what after CS, like, there is an entire video that is made on entire specializations explained in depth. So you guys can go and check out in the playlist, in computer science playlist. You can go and watch that video, which is best करके एक video होगा. You can go and watch it. And the another question is, to you, Rishi, like, as you're working in like Microsoft, does degree really matters for a job? That is a question. Is a degree matter for a job?
Okay.
So to get into a Microsoft, to get a job in Microsoft, does we need a degree? Degree is of course needed. So for suppose, because the chat is going on, so some are saying BSc or BCA and BTech. So most of the students are like, we have to do BTech only, kind of thing. Only if we do BTech, then only we will get into jobs. So to answer all of
Right.
these questions, what is your opinion on this? Does degree really matters? Or if it
Okay.
matters, what is that matter?
Let's see what is the significance of having a degree. Okay. Degree, in whatever degree you are going to learn those topics. Like if you're in BSc computer science, you're going to learn super theoretical. If you're into BTech computer science, you are going to learn theoretical plus practical things. You are into BTech IT, only practical things. Okay. The degree helps you learn certain stuff. Now, your interview requires that you know a number of skills. If your degree is mapped to interview skills, you're super good. If it is not mapped and you still know those skills, you're still good. But let's say you're coming from BSc mathematics and you are going for a biotechnology job. In this case, you should be knowing biotechnology, only then you will be going through, right? No matter which degree you're coming from. Similarly, degree is used as a filtering mechanism because the companies don't want to spend their resources on judging every individual that, oh, even though you're not having a degree, let me check, are you having enough skills or not? Because with filtering out that I only need this specific degree, they are super sure that I should be able to, there will be some false positives, but still there will be, their search space is limited. So they won't be spending a lot of time in judging every individual. So degree is used as a filtering mechanism. Now, is it a disadvantage to you who is not from the degree which is relevant? See, even though you're not from the degree which is relevant or which is in demand, you can still learn stuff, but then you need to showcase it. Okay, then you should be having some. Let's say you are a software. You're not a software engineer, but you want to get into software engineering job. So you should be having a good DSA profile. You should have learned and built stuff which is online. People can see it, so that you are able to gather attention of companies. So degree matters. Yes, it matters as a filtering mechanism. But even if you're not having degree, then even then you can do it. But then you need to take some extra steps to cover up the gap.
Correct. And this is what most of the leaders who come here, who take mentorship sessions, they will also mention that degree is something, skills are something that is more important than degree. So even if you're doing a BSc or BTech, you have to have skills at the end.
Yeah.
And there is also some other question. So beginner roadmap. So how, what skills to learn to get into Microsoft or Google, because you're from Microsoft. So what do
Mhm.
you suggest? Because this is a most of the repeated question, what skills to learn. So n number of times, even if we answer, okay, this is the path, this is the roadmap, at the end of the day, a student would have confusion again, what is in demand, what we have to learn. Because if some friend have come and said you start C, he will start C, or some will come and say start Java because that is needed. They'll start Java by stopping C in middle. So what do you suggest? What are the skills they have to learn right now, from right now?
Yeah, I'll say, okay, Swaroop, you have raised a very good point. It's like, let's say you want to go from point A to point B and you don't have a Google map at all. Okay. Either you can do two things. Either you will go like on a road and then start moving in any direction, and high chances you will be lost. Okay. And then you will ask somebody in which direction to go, and they will point like a random direction. So you'll be super lost. Or you can piggyback, or you can basically like take a bus or a train or a plane and go in that direction. In second case, you're super sure, because then the goal of the bus or whatever vehicle you are on is to go to B. So when they reach B, you will reach B. Okay. So either you piggyback on something. Let's say you get into a course which takes you towards your goal, and if you're not there, then I will say you start with the roadmaps, whatever is available to you. Even those roadmaps are confusing, then what you do is that you start super small. You start with any language which you think is little popular. If it is popular, then there is enough support available online. That is the only thing you need. That if you are stuck, you can go online and find answers. You start with it, and then you start with problem solving skills. That you train yourself in DSA. That's the base fundamental of anything. And then you train or you learn computer science. So computer science fundamentals like operating system, network, databases, all of these things. These are the fundamental to your entry to computer engineering world. And then once you have done these, then little bit around system design, how to write a product, how to write, uh, let's say YouTube, how do you build a YouTube system? Okay. And if you are till there, then you are already really good, but then you go and deploy. Then you actually do the development, deploy, and then monitor, and then release it in the market. And if you're able to do all of this, I think as a beginner, Microsoft should be able to give you a job. Yes.
Correct, correct. To help out them also, what we are doing is, as we have mentioned, we are also giving out a free CS course for them to get started, like with the basics and whatever is required to get into kind of these companies, or whatever the basics fundamentals what we are dealing, what we are mentioning throughout the video. So we are going to share it, so that will be pinned, and you guys let us know in chat whether you guys can go and fill that form or not. Whoever fills, you will get it free right now. Otherwise it will go, there is a certain time that will be mentioned there. Go and check it out. And also, Meanwhile, if they can fill that form, let us also pick another few questions and then we can close. So there is another question for GSOC project, which is best to start back end or front end. So GSOC is basically Google Summer of Code. So that is for viewers. What is Google Summer of Code? That is open source organization. Uh, like it's a competition where Google, under Google, like there are several organizations which come and take part, and under that organization, as a role of your student, so there are several projects under that organization. So you will go there and contribute there. So yeah, that is a simple, like a basic question for GSOC. What is better, front end or back end?
Okay.
I would
I mean, see, I have never been part of GSOC, so I can only answer with my opinion. And this is not going to be advice because I'm not expert. In this case, this is an opinion. You can do two things. A, you go and look at the past winners of GSOC, who got what prize, and you look at what project they delivered. Okay. And if you see that there are more backend projects, you go with backend. Now, why I am more inclined towards, if I give you an opinion, I am more inclined towards backend development, because the actual scale of your product is coming from backend. Okay. If you build something and it is under tremendous amount of traffic, how you're going to scale it? You scale it from backend, from like database and then backwards. So that is where the actual complexity lies. And people who are possibly people, if I would be a judge of GSOC, I will judge you based on how you have built your system and how it will behave when it's under like 10x traffic. So this is my opinion on this.
Yes, yes. Okay, so we have come to an end. I guess students can access that free CS course. And at the end, whatever we have discussed, let me summarize. In computer science, if you have a choice of taking computer science or computer science specialization, so what is in hype? So hype is nothing but, see, first of all, you have to start with the computer science basics only. Then you have to get into the specializations once you do a hands-on experience, internship and all. At that point of time, you will be understanding, okay, what artificial intelligence developer do, what a data scientist do, what other kind of cyber security, other roles does. It doesn't matter from where you're doing. It could be a BSc degree, it could be a BTech degree. Your degree doesn't matter. At the end, you have to see, what you have to see is whether right kind of skills are being provided to you, or you are learning the right kind of skills or not. So what are right kind of skills? Those right kind of skills are the skills what are mentioned in the curriculum, which is also shared with you. And for beginners, to get started, what you have to do is start with any kind of programming language. Also, we are sharing a lot of roadmaps in our playlist. You can also consider subscribing to our channel to stay updated with computer science, and also share this video session with all of your friends. And later, what we have discussed is whether AI is going to replace jobs. What is the most demanding question of you? So that is also has been discussed, and the simple answer to that was, the people who know how to leverage AI and do the stuff are going to replace the people who don't know how to use AI and do the stuff. So that is a simple answer. And then at the end, we also given a free CS course to you, all of you guys. And at the end, anything you want to add upon to the viewers, Rishi?
No, I think this is a super good summary of whatever we have discussed. And my my opinion is that CS is going to be super interesting. Next 10 year down the line, you will see a lot of changes. Just be prepared with the mindset that you are on a journey of constant learning. If you are looking for a safe, secured, settled career, CS might not be like that. CS is going to be like a rocket ship. A rocket ship, it goes super high and it moves really fast. So it's scary, but it is going to be exciting, and it's going to, the return on investment in computer science career on a personal level and financial level is going to be super high. So just be just have that mindset that no, I really want to do great. I really want to become computer science engineer, and I am ready to learn. And if you're ready to learn, it's a fantastic career.
Exactly. And yes, so thank you so much, Rishi. Great session with you. And thank you so much, viewers who are watching until the very end. I hope you can access the course, and we will meet again in another live session. Thank you, Rishi. We can close now.
And so we're really glad to be part of the session. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.